Hello, everyone. It's a proud privilege to be speaking at the SLS Virtual Global Congress. Today, I shall be talking upon a new laparoscopic entry port in previous surgery cases that we have named Gen Point. I have no financial disclosures. Palmer's Point was the favored site for half a century in situations like this. So it was described as the area in the left upper quadrant, 3 centimeters below the costal margin in the mid-clavicular line. So this was described by Rolf Palmer in 1974. Almost half a century it enjoyed all the benefits. But then soon the limitations of Palmer's Point became evident, like the improper placement of the nasogastric tube, giving rise to bloated stomach, and hence the needle could go straight into the stomach, causing an injury. Hepatosplenomegaly, big upper abdominal scars, and big masses coming up to the Palmer's Point. So we thought differently and introduced Gen Point. So what is Gen Point? It lies at the level of the umbilicus, and we start from the anterior superior iliac spine, draw a line vertically from there, and then we introduce the Veress needle, do the safety check. And here it is important to see that we do not lift up the abdominal wall. And once the pneumoperitoneum is created, then we introduce the 5 mm telescope. And under the view of the 5 mm telescope, we see that in the upper abdomen, a lot of bowel, stomach, omentum are all stuck at the Palmer's Point, whereas the Gen Point area was found to be free, and we introduced the 10 mm port, making way for the further surgery. And the Gen Point area is seen very free over here. So let us discuss what is the rationale of the usage of Gen Point. As we see that the Gen Point lies at the L4 level, while the other viscera, the stomach, spleen, and kidney, they are all up to the level of T10 to T12. And on the left side, the sigmoid colon adheres at the pelvic brim. And between these two is a large nascent area where we have devised the Gen Point at the level of an umbilicus. So it is found to be consistently free. Another important rationale of Gen Point is that it lies far laterally, about 10 to 13 centimeters from the midline. And so it is applicable in midline vertical scars, upper abdominal scars, and other scars. And so it avoids the upper abdominal scars, the midline, and the lower abdominal scars. Also, being far laterally, it avoids the major retroperitoneal blood vessels and the superior and the superficial blood vessels. So if we see, the Gen Point replicates the position of the referee in a tennis court. Sitting outside, it appreciates the movement of the ball with great agility on both sides of the court, upper and lower. Second great point is that it is ergonomically working port, because this and the lower port on the left side have a distance of 10 to 12 centimeters. So it becomes a good working port, and we've done major, supramajor surgeries with this. So up to date, upheld Gen Point as that it is lateral in position and lower compared with Palmer's Point, and may therefore be more easily used as a working port, while the Palmer's port becomes redundant. And another case in the previous surgery cases where you see at the Palmer's Point, the bowel loop is stuck as if it is the second layer of the abdomen. Other cases where we have a previous mesh hernia repair like this one, previous 3 C-sections had a rupture, had a burst abdomen, then tension sutures to repair, a hernia repair, and now for TLS, we have gone so much lateral and ended safely in the abdomen. Another indication here is a large upper abdominal scar, the chevron incision. And if we see at the Palmer's Point, the Palmer's Point falls exactly at the incision line. So we go 2.5 centimeter medial to the ASIS, and then at the level of umbilicus, we introduce the Veress needle, do the safety check, create pneumoperitoneum, and then introduce the 5 mm trocar and then the telescope. And we see here that the entire liver, spleen, and the loop of bowel are adherent. And then under the vision, the 10 mm trocar is introduced, and we see a lot of bunch of bowel loops everywhere. And this case had a large myoma. So we did the myomectomy. And if you see, this is the Gen point port, which has been used efficiently for suturing, for enucleation. So rather than being redundant, it becomes a working port. So another case which had a large cervical myoma and a small uterus, big obese patient, previous 3 LSCs, a big umbilical hernia over here. So we introduced the port quite laterally over here. And then as we see that we introduce the 10 mm port, avoiding the omentum and any bowel loops over there. And here we see that with this port placement, avoiding the stubby, and it landed correctly into the abdomen. So we see, if we compare, Gen point has only a single prominent bony landmark, that too in the sterile surgical field, whereas here we have 2 landmarks to follow. Working port, there are no contraindications whatsoever, and can be used in upper abdominal pokes. It is reproducible, easy to learn. It usually has a short learning curve of 5 to 6 procedures. And as we have shown it in various live surgery workshops amongst general surgeons, urology colleagues, and ortho surgeons, so it has been nicely taken up by all of them. Direct trocar entry or visual entry can also be made. We have done more than 8,000 cases with this technique, and entry in previous surgery cases close to more than 2,300 cases, and laparoscopy, laparotomy, or combined procedures, up to 6 surgeries we have done, and minor procedures, complications like omental emphysema or a little preperitoneal are usually taken care of in the learning phase. And only one major injury we have had of the small bowel. There have been no hematoma formation and no long-term hernia formation. So as Albert Einstein said, any idea which looked absurd in the beginning will achieve the impossible. So like initially we were ridiculed, but we have now published several articles in lead journals, and it has been very well accepted as an alternate to umbilical entry. So we feel now that Gen point has arrived as a method of choice in challenging situations in previous surgery cases, and also in cases of contraindications of Palmer's point. So thank you all very much for us bringing earlier newer concept of non-umbilical laparoscopic entry, which we have penned down in this book. Thank you so much.